Hi everyone, welcome to week 2 of the course, Writing and the Teaching of Writing. This is Dave Boardman, and I hope week 1 went well for you folks. We saw a lot of conversation in the forums, and I know people came in at different times. We had a few joining us a little bit late, but I hope everyone's found their way and got a basic sense of how things are working. Please, if at any point you have any problems, post to the forums, as people did last week, the questions about assignments or technical issues. And if it's something that's totally stopping you, feel free to give Rich or myself a call or drop us an email. And we'll try to definitely stay on top of those so that this works as smooth as it can for you. Week 2 takes us a little further in the idea of joining research with our own current practices in writing, and we ask you to do a number of things. The Start Here link is the first place on the kind of tour. We've connected you with a couple sites. One is the National Commission on Writing, and the other is a link to a Pew report, Writing Technology in Teens. The National Commission offers a number of different reports, and we encourage you to pick one of interest to you, do some reading. You know, some of these are quite long. Some of these do definitely not need to be read in their entirety. But I think with any of these, if you look at the executive summary, you'll get a great sense of what they're talking about. Some of these are really, really well done, and definitely you'll want to read the whole thing. Others, you know, find something of interest and don't feel the need to read everything. One report that is extremely long, Writing Technology in Teens, I find incredibly helpful. A number of people have really connected to, and we ask you to read part of that. But again, don't feel the need to read all of that. That's 80 pages, and that would be quite a job. But do take a look at the executive summary, browse through, find things of interest to you, and join in the conversation. We'll start really quickly, which is essentially, how does this research connect to your practice? All right. We also provide the requirements for the multi-genre. This is an ongoing project. It is not due until late February. And we've spelled out a number of the requirements, but also given you some ideas, perhaps a few quotations that explain it a little better, some tips on where you might locate this, as well as some examples. We'll double check these, but these are examples, I believe, from Tom Romano's classroom in Ohio. One of the requirements for this project is a This I Believe entry, and that's due pretty soon, in about 2 weeks. So that'll be one of the first pieces. We've provided links to the site, the guidelines for this task, which are drawn right from thisibelieve.org. And looking at those and scoping out a few examples might be really helpful. I've provided a link to the audio and the words to Be Cool to the Pizza Delivery Dude, which has been one of my all-time favorites, and a few other links that are kind of interesting. One is to a YouTube video.
I am part of a lost generation, and I refuse to believe that I can change the world. I realize this may be a shock, but happiness comes from within is a lie, and money will make me.
You might find some inspiration. Anyway, to be clear, This I Believe is a component of the multi-genre. The multi-genre, for most people, is autobiographical. It is one picture of their life told in 10 different genres, and This I Believe relates. So as you think about these and start working on a This I Believe piece of writing, you might want to consider it as one component of the larger project. Next week, week 3, we will open with writing groups, and on the first day, we will share our drafts of the This I Believe piece of writing. So you'll want to work on it over the course of week 2 and be ready on day 1 of week 3 as soon as we open writing groups to post your draft so you can start having conversations over the course of a week with other writers about this one piece. We will have more specifics on the student writer, the story of a student writer. I just don't have that one link up yet, but that'll be up really quickly. I have provided an example which was a piece I did for the main Journal of Education called Victor's Story, and that might give you a sense of what this could look like, but it certainly does not have to look like that. It is helpful at this stage in the course, though, for you to start identifying a student writer you would interview for this project. Folks in the past, as I did once, have found students who they felt they had a story to tell through their writing process as well as the writing itself, and sought permission from that student and or parents if needed to interview them, to collect some samples of work. Other people have used nieces, nephews, their own children, as well as adult writers, folks in adult education programs, or just people who like to write. The goal is to try to understand the writing process from the mind of a writer, not yourself. Finally, in the week, we have a forum, What Are You Reading? And if you would post the title of the choice book you'll be reading over the course of the semester. It's also a nice opportunity, I think, if someone has posted a book you've read, you might, add in, wow, this was wonderful, this really helped, or heck, even warn someone off. So that's the week in a nutshell. Again, please feel free to contact us with any questions. We love to see the steady participation. And you can see Rich and I are popping in and out of conversations, but I think that our online teaching style probably models both of our in-person teaching style, where we are more likely to ask questions and let students sort of direct and build conversation. That's very much what happened last week in the two forums that we took part in, and it was just great to see people coming in and out and building on what each other person has said. For us, it shows up right over here in our sideline, just being able to see all these forum posts taking place. It is really helpful to have these posts taking place over the course of the week. Week 2, unlike week 1, you are writing on your own as well. So, be mindful of that. You might pop in and out of this conversation while you're working on your own piece over the course of the week. We've also provided a few other links based on the multi-genre. I forgot to point out an example of flash fiction, a handout on story structure, a list of genre ideas, and there are probably thousands more that you could develop as well. So there may be many questions, we hope there are, on the multi-genre and the student writer. Please post those in the questions about assignments. The benefit of questions there rather than emails is that we all get to see the answers, and that's helpful for everyone. So have a great week. Rich and I look forward to continuing these conversations in the forums. Oh, there's a new post right there. And we'll be chatting with you. So enjoy your week of writing, reading, and taking part in conversation. Thanks.